Dogworks Radio is sponsored by Alaska Dogworks. Check out their website at alaskadogworks.com.
You can support this podcast on patreon.com/firstpawmedia.
Do you already have a nice, endearing name for her, but have no idea how to teach your puppy its name? Don't worry about it. A lot of new owners find themselves in a similar position in their journey to know how to train a puppy. Yeah, believe me, it took us some time to get Bodhi to respond to his name. So that's why we are here, to help you avoid the pitfalls we encountered. But first, why is teaching a puppy her name so important? That's the topic of today's podcast episode.
From First Paw Media, sponsored by Alaska Dogworks Professional Canine Training Center in Anchorage, Alaska. This is Dogworks Radio, committed to families and their dogs to build lifelong and fulfilling relationships. Visit our website at dogworksradio.com. Now here are your hosts, Robert and Michele Forto.
Hello and welcome to Dogworks Radio. I'm your host, Michele Forto, and I'm the lead trainer for Alaska Dogworks, where we help humans and their dogs have better relationships. On today's show, we are talking all about names and why choosing the right one can make all of the difference. Did you know that my husband and business partner, Robert, is an expert at picking cool names for dogs? Well, when you have 36 sled dogs, you must get creative. In our team, we name our puppies in crews. For example, we have the Nightmare Crew, which are named after the movie The Nightmare Before Christmas. We have Lock, Shock, Barrel, and Burton. Then we have the Rock and Roller and Reggae Crews with names like Jazz, Grohl, Ziggy, Marley, Cobain, Hendrix, and Sully. But there is more to it than just a name. Why? Well, there would be times you need to get her attention, right? This is particularly true for training your new puppy. When your puppy learns her name, it's always much easier to keep her focused on training. Plus, it's important you have her respond immediately in urgent situations. Say when she's in danger for whatever reason on a walk. And of course, it's crucial that you get this over with before you get into basic command training, etc. And ultimately, it's also a matter of convenience. If your puppy eventually learns to promptly respond to her name, the stuff of dreams like walking without a leash suddenly becomes entirely possible. But teaching a puppy its name isn't a task that's accomplished in a matter of hours or even days. It takes a lot of consistent patient training with loads of positive reinforcement. How to teach a puppy its name 101. Choose the name wisely. While this seems really trivial, a lot of new owners struggle because they've chosen a name not particularly suitable for dogs, not because the name itself doesn't quite fit. No, the name you choose for your puppy should be one that she can pick up on easily too. That's the main reason you're doing this, aren't you? So give more weight to that rather than how cool or unique the name is. Here are some ideal characteristics to look for in a new puppy name. It should be short and distinct. Your pup should be able to pick out her name immediately from your speech, and the shorter the name, the quicker your dog will be able to register it. Try to shortlist only names with 1 or 2 syllables with sharp or prominent sounds like Sammy, Coco, Buddy, Fido, etc. It shouldn't be easily confused with common words. For instance, don't use names that rhyme or sound a lot like the names of people in the family or common words like yes, Jess, no, Mo, stay, Shay, etc. Your puppy will get easily confused in such cases. Dogs just react to the sound without thinking too much. It should be repeatable. Choosing a long, unfamiliar name might get in the way of you and others in the house repeating it as often as possible, so your pup learns it quickly. Using the right training techniques. Now, picking out a nice, easily recognizable name is one thing. Getting your puppy to learn it quickly is a whole different beast. And while you may have already learned some common training exercises, it helps to get creative here. Did you know that we have a bunch of posts on our website at alaskadogworks.com that can help you choose a name for your new canine buddy? One of them has about 100 cool names for dogs based on Star Wars. How cool is that? Here are some additional tips to make your training more effective so you can teach your puppy its name quicker. Playing games. Incorporate fun exercises in your training, like calling out your pup's name as she chases you around. Don't overuse the name. You know how when you hear something over and over again over a period of time, you begin to stop noticing it. It's like your mind tunes out the sound. It's the same with your puppy. Call her once or twice, not repeatedly, and reward her when she responds. Make sure your puppy doesn't lose the thread. Once your puppy picks up on her name, see that she responds to it every time. Using a leash in this situation can be helpful, as you can pull her gently to yourself when she's unresponsive. This way she knows that every time you say the name, she is to come to you. Don't be negative. If you use the name whilst showing anger or frustration, your puppy will make a note of that. She might even start fearing the name if it goes on for too long. Avoid nicknames. Using nicknames when your puppy hasn't even begun recognizing its name properly is a bad idea. You'll only confuse her. Consistency, and patience. It's okay if it's taking some time for you to teach your puppy its name. Remember, all dogs are different and so might naturally learn at different rates. In fact, there are different learning rates among breeds too. The point being, stay calm and patient and avoid negative emotions while training, lest it reverses any progress. Your puppy might even take a step back after making good strides in training. Don't be discouraged. It's more important to be regular and consistent until the end. We hope you found these tips for teaching your dog its name useful. We also have a huge how to train a puppy guide you will want to check out over on our website. If you have some other tips or suggestions of your own, do mention them in the comments section below or over on our social channels. Just search DogWorks Radio. One last thing, did you know that the best thing you can do for our show is to tell your family and friends how you listen? Who knows? Maybe they'll become a rabid listener just like you. I'm Michele Forto for DogWorks Radio. See you next time.
From First Paw Media, this is DogWorks Radio. We hope you enjoyed this podcast, and we invite you to subscribe in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. You'll find a link on the episode notes. You can tap or swipe on the episode cover art, and you'll see some offers from our sponsors. You can support our show by supporting them. If you like what you have heard, we would love it if you could give us a 5-star rating and tell your friends how to subscribe too. Your hosts are Robert and Michele Forto. Our producer is Robert Forto and created for First Paw Media.
Did you know that Alaska Dog Works trains service dogs for those in need throughout North America? Each and every service dog that is trained through the Lead Dog Service Dog Program and Michele Forto and her team has an individual training plan. We train for autistic, mobility, psychiatric, and PTSD for our soldiers for service work. If you know of someone that may need a service dog, please take a moment and check out Alaska Dog Works on social media and at alaskadogworks.com.